Today on Heinz Barbecue, we got to take this 125-gallon tank and attach it to this 325-gallon smoker to build our firebox. And to be completely honest, I'm not quite 100% sure how I'm going to do this. So come along with us and see how we do it. Well, the time's come to mount the firebox to the smoker. And we've got a couple of things that we're going to do on this. And after kind of looking over the smoker itself, the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get this thing up in the air high enough, because we want the smoker's firebox to be underneath of this as far as we can get it. So the first order of business is going to be lifting the entire tank up in the air, getting more cribbing underneath of it to just kind of get it where we think roughly we can get the firebox under there and get it attached. I don't really have a whole lot of schematics or anything laid out for this. I'm just kind of winging this whole thing, and so far it's going pretty good. The collector was a little bit of trouble to put on, but as some other people have commented in different things, there's much better ways of doing that. I just didn't put the time into it. I just wanted to see, could I get something roughly up there and then just kind of fit the metal around it, and it worked out okay. But we're kind of going to do the same thing on the firebox. We're looking at kind of, like I said, we're going to get this tank up higher, get this slid under there, but kind of let me show you the layout for what we're looking at as far as getting the pieces clipped off of the firebox and kind of what I'm looking at as far as the design. All right, so what we're looking for on this, or what we've got to do on this, we've got to get these collars off this end and this end, and that's not too hard to do. We're just going to come in with the grinder, nip the welds off of it, and knock these collars off. Also, there's more rust down here on this bottom of the tank, and propane tanks will typically rust down on the bottom because that's where condensation is going to set at, especially after they've been opened up. So we've got to cut one end of this completely off right here at this weld, either here or here. And that's so we can build our door and everything on this side of it. So what I'm opting to do is I'm going to cut this end off right here that I think is going to rust out anyway. We'll spin this end around. We'll cut a little bit of this portion out right here. We'll match it over here on the tank, and this will be our point of attachment on the actual smoker itself. So that way, if something is going to rust out, we've already clipped that end off, and hopefully we don't have to worry about that. So with all that said, let's get after it.
Days that I have wasted.
All right, so we finally got this thing up on cribbing. Not 100% in love with it. Like I said, anything you see somebody do, a lot of this stuff is super dangerous, so don't do it not unless you're really confident in what you're doing. In this case, if I'm pushing on this thing, or I'm beating with this firebox in here on this end, this thing could slip off of this. I'm going to leave this strap tightened up on here just in case something does happen or move. I'm not in any danger. So, but we've got it where we want it. This is also a good height for where I'm actually going to open the doors at and cook. So that way, by putting this one piece in here, getting this cribbed up this way, I can go ahead and put the legs and everything on it too. And this will pretty much be the finished position until either we get the legs on it or we get it on a trailer. Not 100% sure which way I'm going to go yet. But we'll be able to get the stack on firebox, put the internal racks and everything in. So this will be kind of its last resting place right here until we get the legs on it and get it moved over in the backyard. So let's start getting the firebox cut open, get the caps and everything off of it, and hopefully we can get this thing mounted today.
If you care, as if you need me, as if you care. really soon. The kiss became a lie when your heart began to stray. So why'd you keep on saying that you wanted me to stay? As if you loved me, as if you cared.
All right. So as you can see, the plan changed. As I was looking at this thing and kind of not really wanting to waste this cap end, just because, you know, a piece of plate to put on here, 1/4 inch or 3/8 thick, is not cheap. So I just kind of made the decision that I was going to go ahead and hinge this cap. I'm going to put one hinge on it right now and see how it does, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need probably 2 more out here because this stuff is thick. This tank is actually 3/8 thick, and I didn't realize that. So I thought it was 1/4 inch, but it's not. It looks to be 3/8 thick from what I can see so far. So yeah, pretty happy so far, except I made a giant boo-boo over here. We're gonna have to weld this up and fix it, but I'll show you guys that. So far, pretty good. Happy with the progress. I'm gonna let this cool down. I sprayed all this down. Anytime I weld something up and I grind it down, I just grab some high temp clear spray paint and I spray this stuff down. And it just, if we're rolling around in the mud or whatever, I can just spray it off. It doesn't cause the stuff to rust, or it limits the rusting to it. So the only thing we gotta do now is just finish cutting the outside of this. So I left part of it intact to get the hinge on there, so I got good alignment on everything. If we need to come back and put the 2 other hinges. And it's not just as easy as sticking a hinge on. You're gonna have to build a flat platform out here for each one of those, just because the geometry of trying to open that won't work. So, yeah, let's finish cutting this thing up, get our hole cut down here, cut our tank, and hopefully get this thing mounted.
Cold dark water was the best for me. It carried me through the night. Whistle stop with 2 seats all free. I said I dropped the ball and kept my feet. Crashed his hill with a shiny smile, bold as I could be. It brought me home in the dead of night, drunk again so I couldn't see, born again so I couldn't leave. Now they say I'm a fool for loving you. Now they say I'm a fool for leaving you. But I'm coming home with the slow-moving rain, like a runaway remembers his name. Ooh, I only needed some time, finish my drink and make up my mind. I'm yours tonight and forever, baby. Alright. Held on tight with the Moonshine Boys. I danced with Susie Lee, with a glint in my eye and a swig of rye. I said I swung for the moon and fell in my seat. I got my last round and made the long walk home, lost along the road. Gripping your door with the slackness of mind, I said I lost my nerve and walked right by. I breathed my faith and I hoped inside. Now they say I'm a fool for loving you. Now they say I'm a fool for leaving you. home with the slow-moving rain. Like a runaway remembers his name. Ooh, I only needed some time. Finish my drink and made up my mind. I'm yours tonight and forever, baby. Alright. Well, I've been working for the devil. He took my soul and body too. Well, I've been working for the devil. He took my soul and body too. Well, I feel so down and out. He just keeps.
All right, so there it is. The firebox is on. We have some semblance of a door. This thing needs a lot of work. I don't know if this door idea is going to work. It's pretty neat because it's super thick steel on the end of this cap. But definitely got some more work to do. There's still some open holes back here on the back side of this where I didn't fit it up correctly, but they're not that big, and I can use some of the tank metal that I cut out to patch those up. But we've got everything fastened. It's supported under itself, and a big step closer to getting this thing fired up. So now all we've got is the smokestack to put racks in this and to burn it out. And then we can do our first cook on it. So thanks again for checking out the channel. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, it helps out a lot. Thank you for all the comments, for the likes, everything that everybody's been doing. It's greatly appreciated, and I really could not do this without all the people who check out the channel and are interested in this stuff. So thanks for tuning in and watching me make a fool out of myself. So yeah, until next time, keep them burning.